Previously on SV Boulder. We set sail from the Pacific Northwest, pointed our bow down the west coast of the United States, and got our first taste of offshore cruising. Now we're down here just south of it, actually, so we rounded it and now we're going basically through the big bay area that is just south of Cape Mendocino. Well, we're still 70, maybe 80 miles offshore, but right in this bay, basically the entire sort of whole of the bay, the circumference of the bay is it's blowing 20s, 23, got some, I think I might have had a 25 in there. We're running with it, so the apparent isn't so bad, but the sea stayed in here, picked up in minutes, and yeah, it's rocking and rolling pretty good. So we initially had the spinnaker up, of course, and as soon as it started getting slightly dicey, it's like, nope, let's take it down. So we loosed it, brought it down. Oh, I think my light just died. Here, I'll turn the light up on my screen. You can see me that way. There we go. So we're on a heading of 120 degrees. So southeast, southeast, kind of. Basically pointing at Drake's Bay. We're just outside of it. It's where we're going to stop and stage for our San Francisco. So we should be there in 24 hours, I believe, at this speed. Oh my god, 6 knots. And I just have a sliver of a jib out right now. That's it. Pulled the spinnaker down, wind started to pick up. I threw out the jib on its third reef point. And we're still going 6 knots. So I don't want to put out any more. So, alright, I've talked enough. I'm rambling. Another eventful night watch. Crazy. Alrighty. For those who didn't believe me, the Cape Mendocino is living up to its name. Check it out. How much we're rolling around in here. Like crazy people. The sunrise is like really pretty though. Even for all this nonsense. But we're getting... I'm doing 6 knots. I have just a sliver of a jib out. What's my side-to-side roll? That's 15 degrees. 15 degrees. And these ones are pretty mellow. Whoa, there was a 25 degree. We've seen upwards of probably 35 degree rolls. And it's just, I mean, just rolling. Nobody is sleeping. Whoa. And it's blowing 21 knots. I think it's at 20, 19. Right now it feels really chill too. That's 19. So we've probably, I don't want to go over there and push the button, but it's probably, we probably had 26, 27 at some point. Man, look at that sunrise. Look at these weird following waves that we got. Freaking washing machine in here. It's funny, I was trying to like ride one of them, right? Like going forward and like ride one right now. Woo! And as soon as I was riding that one hit me coming from this side. Boom. So they're just coming from everywhere. It's freaking nonsense. And it was 6 a.m. My boy came up for his watch. And I just looked at him. I was like, nope, go back down. Crawl back into a bunk with a leak cloth. And I'll call you if I need anything. We're pushing along. Only 24 more hours to go. No, this should subside within the next little bit, and that'll make it a little more comfortable to ride through. And but we do have 24 more hours to get to Drake's Bay, but it's not gonna be like this the whole time. So we're just going through this awful bay that may last another 6 to 12. I don't know. I gotta check the weather app again. Whoa, look at that wave, dude. It was like right next. It was my height. You couldn't quite tell, but it was as high as me. See it. After a long, all-night sail through pitch black as we had overcast and no moon, we have finally arrived in this foggy, foggy bay. It is Drake's Bay, just northwest of San Francisco. I'm exhausted. Tired. I can't feel anything, and what I can't feel, it hurts. Josh and Miranda on SV Neri are up here ahead of us, just waiting for us. They got in about an hour ago. Check it out. Can't see anything. It's just fog everywhere. I know there's a green light buoy up here. You're supposed to be able to see through fog, but this stuff is thick. So I'm just looking for it. I gotta keep it on my left-hand side coming into this bay. Can't believe we made it. I really can't. We made it out of the mossy fingers of the Pacific Northwest. Finally let us go. We did it in 7 days. This is the morning of the 8th day. We're gonna rest for a day and then head on into San Francisco tomorrow. Awesome. I know. I can't either. Did it. Alrighty. Well, Drake's Bay was good for a night's sleep, but it's time to head for the bridge. Yeah.
After a short stay in Sausalito, we picked up the hook and headed across the bay to Aquatic Park. Along the way, we spotted Alcatraz, the famous historic prison. Trying to be budget-minded cruisers and live this lifestyle as free as possible, we opted not to spend the $100 per person to tour the facility, and instead bought the kids toy handcuffs, told them to arrest each other as we passed by the island, and assured them they got the full experience.
Alrighty, we are anchored in Aquatic Park Cove, which is like right in the city, which is really cool. You can see there's like these big steps and stuff or whatever up here, swimmers everywhere. Got SV Neri right over here. This is Counting Stars right here. We were following them on the No Foreign Land app on our way down. They came down the coast too. So yeah, it's really pretty in here. And these massive tall ships. Look at that, right there and there. I think we can go get on them, which will be really cool. There's sort of like a maritime museum or something. Yeah, there's a beach for the kids to swim. I think we're doing like taco or nacho night or something like that with Neri, which is gonna be neat. And yeah, wow, San Francisco. Yeah, pretty place though. Aquatic Park Cove. Cool. $10 a night. We're gonna stay here for 2 nights. Yo, look at this spread. True it. It's your birthday. Oh, you're recording? I thought you were taking a picture. Happy birthday to you.
Daddy, is 4-to-1 the easiest?
Yeah, because you're only having to put if it's 100 pounds, you only got to pull up 25 pounds. And if it's 2-to-1, you got to pull up 50 pounds. If it's 1-to-1, you got to pull up all 100. It's just to make it easier to pull instead of pulling.
There are 2 ships on display in Aquatic Park. The first is the C.A. Thayer. She's a schooner built in 1895. At 219 feet long, she was originally used as a cargo ship to carry lumber from Washington to as far south as Mexico. In 1912, she was converted into an Alaskan fishing boat. She was purchased by the United States Army as an ammunition barge. After the war, she returned to cod fishing and made her final voyage in 1950. The second is the Balclutha, also known as the Star of Alaska or Pacific Queen, and built in 1886. She's a 3-masted full-rigged ship at 301 feet long. She was designed as what's called a general trader, hauling various cargoes such as lumber, salmon, grain, wool, rice, wine, case oil, and coal. Under the name Balclutha, she rounded Cape Horn 17 times in 13 years. In 1899, Balclutha transferred to the Registry of Hawaii and traded timber from the Pacific Northwest to Australia, then returning to San Francisco with Australian coal. In 1904, she was renamed the Star of Alaska, and then again in 1933, she was renamed Pacific Queen by her new owner, Frank Kissinger. It was during this time that she appeared in the film Mutiny on the Bounty, starring Clark Gable. In 1954, Pacific Queen was acquired by the San Francisco Maritime Museum, which restored her and gave her back her original name, Balclutha. In 1895, she was designated a National Historic Landmark and moved to her present mooring at the Hyde Street Pier.
Well, we had a good stay in San Francisco. It was fun. Stayed here we got to Drake's Bay on Saturday. Pulled into San Francisco Sunday, and it is early morning Thursday. We are headed out. So it's gonna be sort of foggy right now. So we've got the radar on. We're getting ready to go under the bridge. It is almost 7 o'clock. Slack is at 8, so we're kind of hitting it right at the end of the ebb going out. So hopefully there's not too much of a swell buildup from an ebb and an inbound swell kind of meeting. But enough to get us out the bridge. And now we're headed for Half Moon Bay. So. gate. Yeah, the wind is right on our nose. Make an attempt to tack down there, but just not going to. So we're motoring straight into it. Big old fat buoy. Only motors at like 4 knots. So we're moving though. Slowly. It's blowing 15 right in our face. We'll be there in like a couple hours. Alrighty, we made it to Half Moon Bay. Got the generator on so we can make water. We're just about out of water. So the water in here is pretty nice compared to San Francisco Bay. San Francisco Bay water was garbage. So I was not about to make water and gum all my filters up sitting in San Francisco. So yeah, man, Half Moon looks, it's much nicer water. So we're making water right now. It's Nina's birthday, so we're gonna go to this Half Moon Bay brewery up here this evening, get some burgers and hang out and sort of enjoy the place. The marina here is at least the lady that I had some back and forth with up there, super nice. It's free anchorage out here for 7 days. After 7 days it's $8 a night. So and then there's a handful of places like right here, right on like the street of the marina. So there's the brewery, there's a chowder house right over here, which is going to have seafoods and stuff like that. There's a taco place that's got like all sorts of different tacos, so that's cool. And yeah, it's not too bad. It's all totally protected by this giant breakwater. And we measured it out yesterday. It's a half mile by a mile, so it's a mile that way and then half a mile front to back. So yeah, it's a pretty big beautiful open bay to anchor in, and it's flat calm in here, even though it's like rolly like crazy right out there. It's flat calm in here, so that's great. We got Neri anchored right next to us, and had just an awful upwind, whatever that was, trying to get here. It's just bad. The wind was on our nose just the whole way, so that was no fun. But so we didn't get to do any good sailing, and it would have taken us twice as long if we would have just tacked back and forth. I didn't feel like doing that today. I just wanted to get here because I've got stuff going on with work that I got to do tonight. So anyway, that's the update. Half Moon Bay, California.
Just the way